Howdy folks, my name is Matt, but you may know me as Lazy Urchin, and today I want to talk about something I did 10 months ago. Specifically, I designed 4 fake Cacnea variants and their evolutions. The evolutions seen on screen now. And I love them, but I wanted to make more, and so after a couple of months I started to make more, and it's important to note that those other ones were made without the black outline that these first 4 had. So then I had to go back and redo those ones without it. So I figured I'd compile all of them that were done and, make a video out of it. Just because, I want to share the designs I made with the world, and I'll discuss them as we go. So let's get started, shall we? Before we start, I figured I would just quick jut in, tell you how it's going to go, so obviously you can read, but I'm going to have it on screen. I'm going to yap about the creation process and what inspired it and what I think is the best part of it, but other than that, that's about all I got to say. So without further ado, let's get right into it, shall we? And so begins chapter 1 of this story. The first designed was Cactalk and its Cacnea variant, the Silenced. These were based off of the leaked beta designs for Cacnea and Cacturn, Cacnea more loosely, but I wanted them to be close but also different to Cacturn. You can see how they would be very similar, but very little is there to differentiate them as well. It's a fun design. I quite like these guys. Next up, Blossern and the Flowering. These are based off of the prickly pear cactus and the flowers that grow with them, while also being based off of my desire for just more malicious fairy types. I love fairy types that are just actively malicious. I'm quite a fan of them. So I wanted this one to be devious and have the shit-eating grin, because of course. Now, Cactwing is a personal favorite. I love how this one turned out. It is my favorite of the original 4. I love the dex entry I wrote for it. I copied these 4 dex entries from the original from 10 months ago. So, I love how I set these ones up. I adore the pre-evolution. I just love them. That's kind of it. And now, Deaturn! I love Deaturn. This thing is just a lot of fun. It's based on the Sun Goddess cactus, whereas Cactwing was based off of the Grafted Moon cactus. The opposites working together to face off against evil, basically. I think they're really fun, and I love how the pre-evolution looks. I love how happy Radiant is. And now we enter Chapter 2. This was about 2 months, I think, after the first 4 were made, so this is 8 months ago. I made the Fulgur Bloom variety. And I'm going to be honest, they're kind of weak, but that's only because they don't have the mouth. I think it's the main reason they're weak. But that'll make more sense upon evolution. I think I set up the evolution perfectly. I had the idea for the evolution first, but designed this one first, because I wanted to have a strong basis before I jumped into it. And speaking of it, Cactifloat, the one thing that doesn't really work with the Cacturn basis of names. I wanted to make the names either part Cact from Cacturn or part Urn from Cacturn kind of thing. And I mean, this kind of works. It's got the Cact part, and it's got UFO and float in it. I thought it was fun. I think it's interesting. Moving on to the Rock Root. This one's fun. My thought was, because these were mostly designed of the idea of you take a regular Cacnea and you do something to it and it can become these variants. And so this one came to mind of use Ingrain while Sandstorm is active to counteract the damage, and by adapting to that, it becomes this form. And the evolution, I really love. I really love Gladiurn. I hope you're watching this, Braden, because I think it's hype, and I feel like you'd like this thing. I love the shiny. I love that faded red, and I thought of the evolution idea of learning Rock Smash, Stone Edge, and Protect, and then went, what if that's weapons and tools? And immediately jumped to design this thing. And then the other one that I had a great idea for and jumped into is the Shattered Cacnea. Earthquake does extra damage when your Pokemon is using Dig, so my thought was your Cacnea dies because it used Dig, and since regular cactus, you can, like, parts of them, if they come off, can be replanted to grow a fresh cactus. That's also partially here. I love this one. I love the shiny, and I love the evolution. Golurn. This thing, I spent so long designing this one. This one was unironically, I spent like a week designing these compared to about an hour, if not 2 hours for the rest. Uh, so this one took a lot of process, but I wanted it to be hype, and I love it. And it's my favorite of this chapter's ones. But then also, Infested Cacnea, I love how weird this one is. I love the weird shape. I love the little bud on the tail to act as like a stinger. I love the weird eyeball shape. I'm still glad I came up with that, using the dots for the eyes, but making it sort of like 8 connected as 2 separate eyes. And I thought it was fun. I thought the evolution was even more fun when I was designing it. I loved designing Hostern. Hostern is a sick, twisted mess that spits in the face of evolution, and it's beautiful. And I love it. I love plague. I love spreading infections to others. I love Hostern. I love its face. I love that the mouth is still on the body. I know I'm saying I love a lot for something I designed, glazing, but also Cactburn, the grass fire type. There it is, the greatest name. The idea was that it was purified. You can read what's on screen. You can read my design thoughts on there, and they're the dex entries technically, but whatever. I had a lot of fun making this one. I wanted it to be similar to the Infested, but not too similar to Hostern. Foresight Cacnea. I loved this one. I loved the colors on it. I love the flower eyeball. I love the evolution method. It's one of my more convoluted, but I love convoluted yet understandable evolution methods. I love strange but understandable ones. No Galarian Yamask. Get that shit out of here. I love the weird ones, like Farfetch'd into Surfetch'd, where it's something weird but it's understandable. And so Cactvoyant came into being. I love this one. If it wasn't for Golurn being here, this would be my second favorite. I would say this is my favorite shiny, because I love the faded brown and purple with the sort of magenta-ish eyeball and the flower. Love that. This one is a personal favorite. Second favorite. I don't have much else to say, honestly. Rain Barrel, these fat little bastards. I imagine you slap one and it wobbles like a water balloon. Like one of those videos of people filling up their rubber toys with water and then smacking them. God, I'm so sorry. It's it's such a dumb design, but I couldn't think of anything better for water. My first concept art had it with its mouth open, so be glad I didn't go with that one. Marksman, I just like this one. This is a gigantic Garden Warfare cactus reference, and I love it. It's just meant to be a sniper cactus. It fires pressurized water blasts. There you go. That's kind of all you need to know about Marksman. It exists. It has one eye. It's a water blast sniper. Pack it up. We're done. Now, Tip's turn, on the other hand, I love Tip's turn. It looks awful. I wish it looked better and more cactus-like, but honest to God, I love it. I love the stupid sword arm. I love its drinking horn instead of big barrel arm. I love the crown-shaped flower becoming a jester hat and the inversion of the patterns on its stomach. I think this one is fun despite being mediocre. Glacial Cacnea. I had a vision when I designed this one. It wasn't a good vision. I There's a few designs in here that I'm not the most proud of design-wise, but I still think they're fun. This is one of those. I think it's fun. I think it leads into the evolution perfectly. What else can you ask of me? Polariurn. I love this one. I love how it and the Prevo have Terraria Corruption purple shinies with the bone instead of regular ice color. I love how this one turned out with the ice beard and claws and giant tusks and the spines just going fucking everywhere. I imagine this thing would be huge. Like Hisuian Avalugg in Legends Arceus kind of thing if there was a boss fight against one. And now Lambkins. This... I designed this one with an idea in mind for the evolution, as understood in the second Dex entry. I had an idea for that with the saying, should a lamb stroll bravely, a beast surely follows. Initial idea was to make it like a lion, just to have a biblical reference. That was not what ended up happening. So we're going to skip to the oxidized Cacnea. That was a voice crack. I wanted this thing to be fun. Originally, I had a terrible, terrible, terrible evolution that I want to purge from existence for it, and then I left it. Left the project for 8 months. And then, like, 3 weeks ago, I came back and I went, I need to give this thing a new evolution and fix it and finish the project. And so I did. Welcome to Chapter 3, Advent of Destruction. It's an edgy name. I don't care. You will understand this shape here in a bit. So here's the new evolution, Nightturn. I love this thing. The idea of the copper Cacnea that always has an arm up and an arm to the side, evolving into a knight that uses electric charges, striking it to boost its speed and dash forwards. It's a lance user, it's perfect, I love it. So package it, send it away. Feather Spine. They're just stupid, dumb, idiot babies. They're dumb. They are incredibly stupid, but they're determined. Hey, 1 second, my friend is calling me a minority on Discord. Fuck you too, Medley. I hope you watch this so you can hear that. Fuck you. Anyways, Featherspine Cacnea evolves with Brave Bird into Vulturn. I love this name. I was so proud of myself when I thought of this name. Now, I made an oopsie. That evolution method is supposed to say, when fainted, at the end. I didn't think of that. I didn't think to go back and fix that before recording this, so just pretend it says, well fainted on there. I did an oopsie. That's my bad. I love this evolution, though. And its evolution in Ophidiurn, the Angel of Destruction, the Grass Dragon type. You can see that I have the slightly italicized text down there that explains my thoughts when I was creating this. It really did jump from, oh, silly cactus getting into fights, to, oh, it's a cactus gang war, to, now, ancient evil zombie dragon cactus. And also a Jesus reference in Cacnea, the savior of the sand. This is the Lambkin evolution. We started with designing cactus that would fight each other, and ended on a biblical cactus gang war. and genocide, because if you missed it, yeah, the Nitern kill all the flying ones. Welcome to Chapter 4. This was where I just remembered, oh yeah, I have a huge plot hole. I need to do something to fix it. And fix it I did. Behold, Mega Nitern. Yes, it's a Gurren Lagann reference. No, I'm not sorry. When struck by lightning, they spin their left arm that's held back to act as a propeller, and spin their right arm to drill. There you go. There you go. That's the entire purpose of this Mega. I thought it looked cool. I thought it was fun. There you go. I'm proud of how it turned out. Also, the shiny being unoxidized was a fun idea. Here's the morality chart. You can see at the bottom the three groups, the Sun Saintess forces, the Eclipseborn, and the neutral forces, aka anything that falls between the two. That's kind of it, really. I don't have much else to say. So, I think this is probably going to be the end of the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been really fun. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did when I was designing these. I love that the urchin cactus is a thing. That's kind of all of my thoughts. Have a good one and be good people, alright folks? See you in the next video.